his fall from grace was one of the most spectacular of all time. The most recognizable face in sport, and one of the most popular and successful figures in sporting history, saw his world crumble before him, leading to his admission of infidelity, the breakdown of his marriage, and a downward spiral of his game.
I was unfaithful. I had affairs. I cheated. What I did is not acceptable, and I am the only person to blame for all that I have done. I am so sorry.
But obscured by the lurid headlines and gossip page columns is the story behind Tiger Woods' remarkable rise to the top of his profession. In this film, we examine his remarkably rapid elevation to the top of the sporting world, charting his story from childhood prodigy to brilliant amateur to unparalleled professional. We'll see how he became the greatest golfer of his generation, a sponsor's dream, and the first billion-dollar sportsman. Tiger's story begins in modest surroundings in a Californian suburb. Eldrick Woods, as he was originally known, was born on December the 30th, 1975. For his father Earl, himself a keen golfer, it didn't take long to realize that he had a special talent on his hands.
When he was 10 months old, I was in the garage hitting balls, and he had been in the garage with me since he was 6 months old. He could walk by 10. So one day, I unstrapped him out of his high chair and let him walk free, and he walked over and got his putter and went over and set up just like I did and hit the ball into the net. Very first time.
Tiger's early years were full of golfing anecdotes, including his now famous television appearance on The Mike Douglas Show, where he took part in a putting competition against comedian Bob Hope. By the age of 5, his notoriety was becoming widespread, and the golfing world and its players were beginning to sit up and take notice.
So he goes out on the driving range, and he hits shots on call by his professional, his teacher. And pretty soon all the professional players have stopped warming up now and are watching. And all the others who are coming to warm up, they're watching too. And the ones that have already completed their warm-up, they're watching also. So, out of the clear blue sky, Lee Trevino says, you know, if this little fart never practices another day in his life, he'll be in the top 10 money winners. Now, he didn't know this, but Tom Watson was standing right behind him, and he said, well, if he practices, he'll be in the top 5. And neither one knew this, but Jack Nicklaus was behind both of them, and he said the little shit will probably break all my records.
Nicklaus and his fellow pros would of course be proved right over the years. Tiger grew up fast, and as a teenager began setting record after record as a junior. After breaking 80 before he even turned 8 years old, he went on to become junior world champion, and then began attacking the amateur scene. A winner of countless tournaments in his teens, Tiger was prodigiously talented and not lacking in confidence either.
Since I'm black, it might be even bigger than Jack Nicklaus. I might be even bigger than him, to the blacks. I may be sort of like a Michael Jordan in basketball, something like that.
Affair with the Masters tournament would begin in his very first year as a professional. Aged just 21, Woods demolished the field in the 1997 event at Augusta, winning by 12 shots and setting a new record for youngest winner and by the biggest margin. For his father, Earl, it was the culmination of years of hard work.
Time stood still, and it was just he and I. We just loved and loved and loved some more. I was so proud of him. The love that we had for each other, it just flowed.
The father-son bond that Tiger and Earl enjoyed was a special one. His father's pride in his achievements was reciprocated with gratitude from Tiger for Earl's unwavering support.
Our friendship has kind of evolved. Now, not only are we best friends, not only he's my father, he's now the president of my company. He's a counselor and an advisor. And he's one big package wrapped up into one, and he's an amazing person.
The fast start that Tiger enjoyed to his career saw him live up to the hype and expectation that had followed him since his sparkling amateur days. It also allowed him to realise that his teenage dream and long-term target to become the most successful golfer in history was now a realistic goal.
I knew starting out that it's a process it's going to take probably a lifetime, just like it did him. And you take it one step at a time, 1 year at a time. And you know, the key to that is longevity and performing at a high level. And it's something he was able to do better than any other person has ever played this game. That's why he has the record he has. And in order to have that type of record, that's what you have to do. You got to have good health. You've got to have a great family support system, because you can't do it alone. You've got to have some people to fall back on.
Interest. Tiger is the main reason that the PGA Tour's total purse of close to $300 million in 2011 is almost 4 times greater than that in 1996. Golf's greatest player, Jack Nicklaus, explains.
I think it's helped the growth of the game. I don't think there's any question about that. It helped the growth, the popularity, the coverage, the media coverage of it. You know, right now, if you'd ask somebody what is the game of golf, and I think most people would say Tiger Woods. It's not. You ask somebody what baseball is, it's hard to press. They won't name one person. They'll probably say, you know, for the most part, they'll say the New York Yankees. But you know, it's a team. It's not an individual. Tiger is an individual that really stands out up here.
Woods is still 4 titles behind Nicklaus's record. It's an achievable goal, and one that will capture the imagination of not just the sporting world. Tiger Woods has already gone down in history as one of the greatest sportsmen of all time, but the final chapter to his remarkable story has yet to be written. After all the scandal, it remains to be seen how he'll be remembered, but many already feel it will be as the greatest golfer ever.
I just don't know. I think Tiger's the only one that could answer that question. Right now, you ask him, he'd say absolutely. But who knows, 5 years from now or 10 years from now, if he has or hasn't passed my record, whether he'll still have the desires to do so. Who knows?